What's going on, folks? Welcome back to the channel. It's not a secret that I enjoy doing some camping every once in a while. Fortunately or unfortunately, however you look at it, I have not been able to do much hike through camping, and it's been more of a car camping situation. And the reason that's important is because you take weight out of the equation when you can back up to your campsite and pull everything out of the back of your truck or whatever vehicle you have. Not a spring chicken anymore, guys, and I am not just sleeping on the ground in a sleeping bag. You can call me weak, whatever you want, but I value my back. And as you get older, you value your back, your knees, and moving and cracking is just not fun. But getting out into the woods and camping is fun. One of the things that I have put into my car camping situation is a cot, and I also use a sleeping pad. If you've known me for long enough, I'm a huge fan of the Klymit brand sleeping pads. There's others out there. For me, Klymit has been a go-to. They have some very, very good products, and in a recent check of their website, they've added a bunch of new products. So that's pretty cool to see. Their sleeping pads are great. Their sleeping bags are even better. When it comes to sleeping pads, there are a couple of different ways you can blow those up. 3, in fact. Obviously, you can just use your mouth. And they've all got these big giant valves, and you can just use your mouth and blow them up and be done with it. Or some of them have a kind of a sack that you can collect air in. You hook it up to the valve and you squeeze that air down, and that blows these things up. The last thing is the air pump, and that's the video that we're going to do today. My first air pump when it came to the sleeping pads was the Klymit air pump. Rechargeable box shape with one little nozzle. It's got a power button here on the back, and it's got the ability to plug it in and charge it here as well. This is to inflate, and this is allegedly to deflate the sleeping pads. I can tell you 2 things about this right off the bat. One, it's a not so great design. Obviously, it's very chunky, it's very bulky, and it is just not user friendly. It is powerful, however. I will tell you that it is a very powerful pump to use. The nozzle here is not great. This does not actually fit the receiver end that connects this to the pad. You have to hold this in place while filling it up. So that's not very convenient. We're going to compare the Flextail ZERO pump to this Klymit pump today. You can see me holding this in my hand right now. It is very, very small. Slightly bigger than a AA battery, but obviously a little bit thicker. We're going to get to this in a second. I want to talk more about why I decided to even get that based off of this. So for one, you couldn't really just attach it to your sleeping pad and then move on. You had to hold it there. So it is what it is. But because it's very powerful, it does blow the sleeping pads up very, very fast. I have 2 Klymit sleeping pads that I use. One, the standard, and one is the Klymaloft, which is a little bit thicker, and it provides, obviously, some more support. This pump will blow up the regular Klymit sleeping pad in a very short time, and it'll blow up the second one in a considerably short time. But like I said, you have to stand there and you have to hold it. Both of these can be used as a pump to stoke your fire, so that's pretty cool. And with this one, you have just the one button on the back, and then obviously that's power on and power off. What I also do not like about this is it is rechargeable. We've talked about this before on the show when we talk about flashlights and weapon mounted lights. Rechargeable, I guess, is great as long as you can have a backup. And this one does not have a backup. So if that dies on you, you are out of luck. Now, moving to the Flex Point, the Flex Point, the Flextail ZERO pump. This thing is super small, super convenient. It is your hike through pump, right? And when we talk about hike through, that's you're putting on a camping pack and you're walking into the woods to a location and camping overnight. So this is the Flextail ZERO pump. It started, I believe I bought this when it was first launched, and I think it was a crowdfunded piece. I don't know exactly, but it is a 1.2 ounces in weight. It's got a deflate and an inflate side. So it works with one side is for inflating and the other side is for deflating. They say on a full battery, you can get 25 pads out of one full charge. That's a lot. It takes a CR123A battery, and the button, if you can see that there, it's a double click to turn on and a single click to turn off. So you do not activate it while it's in your bag, which then would kill the battery. Now, by looking at this is not it. This is not complete. So it comes with a variety of valves. And here I have 4 of them, and these are probably the most common ones. But each valve is designed specifically for a certain brand of sleeping pad. And this one in particular is for the Klymit. And what happens here is it's got this ring and it locks into your sleeping pad. And then you insert the pump into this, you turn it on, and now it's locked into the sleeping pad and you can walk away. And that's as big as it is. It's still just the same 1.2 ounces. And then you just kind of walk away while your sleeping pad is inflating. The same goes for deflating. You just put that valve back in, you connect it, you flip this thing around, and you turn it on. Those are all of the high points to this unit. What I am not happy with is what it can do as far as the sleeping pad that I talked about, right? So this one on a standard sleeping pad, you can see it blows up pretty fast. And I like to make sure that when I take it off, I just give it probably an extra quick exhales into the sleeping pad to make sure that it is fully inflated and provides a good support for the full night's sleep. When trying to use this on the Klymaloft, the thicker pad, it does not go as fast. Now, does that matter if you can lock it in and then just walk away? You can go do other things, setting up the camp, and you just come back and it's set up. No, I guess it does not matter, but I did leave it attached and going for about 5 minutes, and I can tell you that it still wasn't fully inflated. So that's not really great. But it does take you probably 85% of the way there. And then, like I said, a couple of quick exhales and blowing into the air mattress, and you are good to go. But, it still can be used to stoke your fire if you need to. But Guys, look at the size of this package. I mean, it is micro compact and provides a lot of features and benefits. Price wise, I believe it's $49.99 on their website. We'll link that below in the comment section there, so you guys can check it out. We'll link both of the websites. I will tell you that Klymit has since upgraded their pump, and it does come with different nozzles to attach to different sleeping pad manufacturers out there, and it is a different design. It is more of a hexagon shaped, but it is equally as big. It is 1000% not as small as the Flextail ZERO pump. For me, it works. If I was doing a hike through and a camp situation, a hike through and an overnight camp out in the woods, I would not take the larger sleeping bag or the sleeping pad, as I would be not bringing a cot. I would bring the smaller sleeping pad, and we would have no problems getting it inflated with this. Obviously, you can always carry a spare battery should this thing die and not have to worry about charging it up. In my opinion, I think it's a great purchase. Obviously, we're not sponsored by Flextail, but they do have some other interesting items on their website. If you are looking at upgrading your camping setup this year and you're looking for a new pump, there are definitely a lot of them on the market, guys, and you can do your research for what works best for you. This is what I chose, but definitely head over to the old Google and see what else is out there. I'd love to hear some of your feedback below. And if you haven't already, please do me a favor and subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit the thumbs up so you get notified when we put more videos out about products that we like. Okay, folks, that's it for me. Until next time, you guys stay safe. CP002 out.